What's up, everybody? How are you? Happy rainy Monday. And that's what it is. It's a rainy Monday. Um, what is this, the 18th? April is flying, right? Like, what are we doing? It's moving and grooving. But thank God we're here to see it. That's a beautiful thing. This is Real Talk, and I'm your host, Phil Forster, with my co host, Alyson Williams. And she'll be along, excuse me, in a few minutes, and we'll have Real Talk with Alyson. We're not going to be on long tonight because one, I think Allison is real busy on some things, some projects, and I'm just really kind of tired. I just came off the brunch thing. You'll see some pictures and stuff like that. You'll see kind of turned up real hard. Feeling good and feeling beautiful about life, but just a little tired. So, that's what it is. Shout out to everybody chiming in. You already know what to do. Stefania, what's up? Richard, how are you? Shawanda, what's going on, everybody? Your brunch was popping. Yeah, I got to make my way up to Harlem next month. You absolutely do. What's up, Rich? Uh, I'm gonna run down the schedule of what we do. First one, the show was definitely sponsored by Reggie Wells Quality Speakers. If you got to reach out to Reggie, if you get him, Reggie charging $85. These are red. He has different flavors, different colors. If you get red, fine. I got red. He charges $85. But if you mention Real Talk Chronicles, you'll get them for $75. You gotta mention Real Talk Chronicles. Of course, it's always about the Daily Arts magazine. Um, number one magazine, martial arts magazine on Amazon. Please support. It's an African American that does that. So please reach out and get that. It's also Ingram Taxes. Listen, get your taxes. Ingram Taxes. You know what I'm saying? No taxes too small or too big. Ingram Taxes is definitely what's happening right now. Also, it's sponsored by Soft Illusions Art Gallery. So that's my wife's business. Soft Illusions Art Gallery. I see Allison. I'm bringing her. She's in the green room. I'm about to bring her in. Go, Allie, get your little sip on. I see you, sis. Take them glasses off. It's also sponsored by Melba's. Melba's celebrating her birthday tomorrow. I think her real day birthday is the 19th. Oh, all right. Come on in, Allie. Uh,
3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes.
I got you 3 minutes. Go ahead. Go do your thing, sis. So Melba's birthday is tomorrow. I think the actual born date, the 19th. Allison having some stuff going on over there, right? I'll mute her. So, and Real Talk is sponsored by Melba's, of course. So we got to give Melba's a special birthday shout out. And shout out to anybody that's having a birthday. Um, Rest in peace to anybody that's passed away. DJ K Slay, Harlem legend and hip hop icon, passed away due to COVID and stuff like that. And last but not least, we got to shout out Leon Ellis, Chocolat Restaurant. We will one day have a Real Talk meet and greet there. So I'm just trying to schedule that so we can have everybody in Real Talk Chronicles that support us, the RTC family, come out and meet us. And I'm trying to have all the hosts there. And that's a beautiful thing. So give me a chance. I'm working on it. I'm just trying to find out to make sure I can get everybody there for you. There might be a person that, Allison is out of town, Doc is out of town, and depending on their schedules, everybody's all over the place. So I'm trying to put that together. So give me a chance. Give me a chance. Definitely. Shout out to Ingram Taxes in the building. Like I said, he's in the building. If you need your taxes done, don't be shy. Don't be scared. Don't let the IRS get in your ass when you got Ingram Taxes right there that can help you out. You know what I'm trying to say? Because don't say, "Oh, I need tax help," and then my sponsor is right here, Ingram Taxes, right? So, Jacob, if you get a chance, just put it in there in case so people can go back and look at it. With that being said, let me run down the schedules. First Monday of every month, we have Dr. We have Assemblyman Al Taylor, excuse me. We have Assemblyman Al Taylor in the building. The second Monday of the month, we have Dr. Marilyn Corder. Listen, we just did an awesome segment on diabetes, and she's going to come back, I think, before the month is out to do something on autism, because this is Autism Month. The third Monday, which is today, is the First Lady of Def Jam, Miss Alyson Williams, and we can find out what's going on in her life and how she's doing. And the fourth Monday of the month is Spiritual Talk and Spiritual Walk with Pastor Kevin Graves. And every Wednesday, we have Kevin, Chuck, and Richard, and we get it in, we chop it up hard. You know what I'm saying? I love that show. I love all the shows, but you know, that's one where we go at each other a little bit, which is it's a blessing. Angel Ray is in the building. Shout out to Angel Ray is in the building. You know, she was on the show. She did a segment with MS, Positive Sister, definitely doing her thing. Shout out to Pam. My man D Knight, Roosevelt, Rochelle, how are you? I see you, Jacob, of course. Let's see, Vera with the wonderful last name, Forster, absolutely. Colin, how are you? My little niece, what's up, Dana? How are you? Miss Weathers, I see you in the building. So, Richard, what's up? Yes, you did turn up. Thank you, Rich. And of course, Stefania. So, everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster. Definitely on Wednesday, I want to pick up some stuff with Rich, Chuck. And of course, Chuck has been on a bereavement for a while. And I want to talk about what Eric Adams said in lieu of the bombing. And then on that bombing, the train situation and the shooting, there were 12 people besides that got shot. Also, so he's doing an interview. I'm gonna see if I can get the interview or have Stats, Kevin Branzetti, aka Stats, have him bring it up, and we want to discuss what he says. When he says something about if people cared about, you know, what's happening in the city, Black Lives Matter. Where are they? I felt like, yo, you taking shots at Black Lives Matter? Do you call out? And I will be definitely saying this, Rich. So make sure we on task for this, because when people do things, are you calling out the KKK? Are you calling out white supremacists and stuff like that? And I felt like, yo, you ran your political campaign on, and Eric is my man. Let's not get it twisted. Eric is my man. But even in relationships, if you feel somebody's not right, you tell them you're not right. If Malika feels that I said something that's not right, or if I hurt her feelings, she can tell me. My friends, I can say that, and they can say that to me. So let's understand that, like, what I'm saying is, I'm not disrespecting my boy. I'm just saying that I just thought that was kind of like, listen, you got to handle yours, bro. You know, you that man. You wear that suit and to come back and say all that was wrong. So now, without further ado, are you ready, sis?
I think I am.
Good. Because I gave you some more time. Anytime you want.
No, I'm good. You know, my time is limited tonight, and I have to jump off a little early, which I hate to do, but I just ran in the house.
And that's all right, though, because you know what? It's cool. You know, the weather, I don't know what's doing where you are. You know, you can disclose your location if you want. That's not my place, but I don't know if it's raining there and on the East Coast over here. Well, you're on the East Coast, but I'm just saying, like, New York and PA and DC area, it's raining. So it is what it is.
Consider yourself lucky because it's snowing in Detroit.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Real live wipe off the car snow.
Whoa. So you know what's so funny? Shout out to everybody that's chiming in. Of course, that's Alyson Williams, the First Lady of Def Jam, the First Lady of a lot of things. And besides Malika, she's the First Lady of Real Talk Chronicles.
Yes. Hi, Malika.
Right? Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I don't know, Alyson. I don't know if you know Kay Slay. I haven't spoken to you. We haven't spoken to you in a month. And it was great to have you back. And I'm so glad. Let me just first ask you, let's get the real stuff out of the way. How are you doing? How you feeling? How's it going?
I'm doing good. When you heard me come off of the screen, and you heard a little screaming in the background, I'm trying to get ready for this wonderful 3-day weekend getaway with the Soul Jazz Live concert series that's put together by I Love My Artist Foundation, organization on which I am a founding member and I sit on the board. And we're doing our first ever weekend getaway, a weekend of concerts and wellness seminars, business, comedy, movies, and we're looking, shout out to everyone who has supported so far and got your packages. We still have some seats available on the Alyson Williams party bus, and you could go to www.souljazz.live and still purchase tickets, and we're looking forward to a great weekend. So now is preparation time. And I went out and, we got the brows done, we got the toes done. And just as I was walking in these paper shoes, because I told you I just came from the shop, I stepped into something low on the floor and put a gash in my paint. And the ladies know when you put a gash in that fresh paint, it's like, whoa! So I had to go. Before it dries completely, I had to go and better get Mako on my toe. And,
that's as you supposed to, because you wanted to dry fresh.
Yeah. So I had all that going on, and things are going good though. I did my first weekend trip last week. My first weekend of travel outside of North Carolina into Atlantic City and Philly and New Jersey. So my first trip since my ordeal at the top of the year, and I really had to wrap my mind around how I wanted to re-enter society, as it were, because we're not through with the pandemic. There's still the threat of COVID, and once you've gone through what I've gone through, you really take a whole nother it's a whole nother way to look at things. And we're moving around the world, and I have to do it safely. Everything went well. I had a great time with Najee. We have new music coming out. Well, he has a new CD and I'm featured on it in May 13th. And I got to do an impromptu performance with him. I had a wonderful, very lucrative meeting with Mr. Gregory Porter. I was there. Shout out to Vanessa Jordan and Stuart Bascombe with the National R&B Music Society Gala and fundraiser. That was last weekend, a weekend before last as well. And that was in Atlantic City, and that was well attended. And it was great to see everybody after a 3-year hiatus. And then I had a meeting in Jersey with some other business. So I'm feeling good, and
you're talking and chopping it up.
I know, right? Listen to me go. Woo, woo, woo. So, yeah. I feel good about it. Came home and sat down for 10, 12 days, and I still feel good, and everything's in order. And today, I'm, like I said, running around trying to get myself prepared so that when my audience sees me come out to perform for the first time, in a with a real set, I want to give them the best that I've got. So that's what's going on.
So do you? I know you was out, like I said, in Atlantic City. Did you perform or did you just host?
I was hosting in Atlantic City.
Good.
I gave them a 1 or 2 bars, but it was not a singing engagement. My give back to the National R&B Society is to come and be one of the mistress of ceremonies. I was joined by Maurice the Voice Watts.
Okay.
Co-host.
That's my boy. Yeah.
Oleg Lou and myself and Melissa Morgan, and Stuart was the MC. And we had some great people. We honored some great people. Kenny Burke of the Burke family, the 5 Stair Steps.
Yes.
We honored Shirley Jones from the Jones Girls, Cynthia Tyre from Front Stage, and many others. We like to give them their flowers while we're still here and pay homage to those who have paved the way, as entertainers through this organization. So it worked out really good. Like I said, I did do one impromptu song with Najee on his set. It was Najee, Christopher Walker and Bobby Lyle. So it was kind of like the first time I've had a chance to hear my voice on a microphone. And Berks Jazz Festival obviously brings the state-of-the-art world-class sound system. I had state-of-the-art world-class musicians, and it was emotional. I didn't know what to expect, but it all turned out well. And I'm so thankful that God saw fit through everything I went through to keep my voice intact, and that I'm able to still use my voice and bring joy, hopefully, to the audience.
Let me ask you a question, Allie. With that being said, were you nervous in singing? I don't know. I've never asked you before in the past, like what you feel like before you start to perform. Before some people may feel different things before the artist goes on the stage. But when you up there hosting, and then you gave them the impromptu, were you a little nervous, or was it something like you just felt you had to do just to give them a taste that you still hear?
Well, let me put it to you like this. As an artist, I always keep a little bit of nervous adrenaline going, because I feel that without those butterflies, you kind of get to a place where you start feeling like, well, I know once I hit this note or sing this, riff or whatever, the audience is going to respond this way. I always like to step on the stage hoping that I'm good enough. Knowing that I'm good enough, but hoping that I touch, that I make the connection. And that's what butterflies are at a certain point for a certain artist. It's not as if I'm nervous per se, but I have a thing that I don't want to feel like I'm just phoning it in, or I know so well what's going to happen, because I don't, and I don't want to. I want it to be fresh and new each time. So that little thing that I did with Najee, the song I sang with Najee on Saturday, gave me a lot more insight on what I may be able to do if it had come up on Sunday. And like I said, it wasn't that anyone asked me to sing. It just was a specific part in the show where I was able to, like I said, sing a couple of lines. And I knew that everyone in the audience was hoping that I would sing, but they knew also that that wasn't my purpose for that day. And they wanted to be respectful of my healing process. But they were all very pleased when I opened my mouth and something good came out.
That's what's up. That's a beautiful thing. Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster, with my co-host, Alyson Williams. This is the first talk. This is Real Talk with Alyson. And, we're so glad to have her back. For those that don't know, Alyson was sick for a while, and she was in shall we say, a coma. And she, by the grace of God, and whoever your higher power is, brought her back to us. And she talked about it last month. So if you didn't hear that segment, please go and look it on YouTube and find it and listen to it. It was very powerful. It was a beautiful segment. Alyson, I don't know if you heard, I don't know if you even know, K Slay passed away due to COVID. He's an iconic DJ from Harlem on the East Side. Been around for a long time. And he was battling COVID. And I don't know if he had underlying conditions. I don't know what happened. But it seems, I know Kid Capri was talking about they both got sick around the same time. So obviously, he passed away yesterday. So whatever his conditions were, or whatever COVID did to him, took him out. Like, you are the golden child. You're blessed. You know what I'm saying? Because like some other friends, like I have two other coworkers. My man, shout out to Johnny Elliott, Jumbo, and my man Sandy Rivera. They both went into the hospitals too, and they are fortunate enough to make it out, along with other people I know. And if I stood here and I started saying their names, it'd be here along, because there are so many people that were affected by COVID. Like, maybe first, I don't know, have you heard of K Slay, or do you know K Slay?
I'm not familiar with K Slay.
Okay, good. Yes. So, yeah, he, like I said, he's like one of those CD DJs, and now he had a residency on 97.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you can just talk for a brief moment. I don't want to go back. I want people to go back and see that show, that podcast show, when you talked about it. But just talk about it briefly. coming from what you came from, and then I guess the I'm trying to find the right word. I don't want to say resurrection. I just want to say being blessed to feel like you're one of the chosen ones to stay here. You know what I'm trying to say? So maybe if you just give some people some insight in how you feel and the positivity, because I know it's a whole different energy that you have about life. Like, you know what's so funny? I say this, when you lose a loved one, there's a mentality you have to be like, yo, I ain't taking shit from anybody. You know what I'm saying, Alyson? What? Stay out my way. Like, I don't care. And then and then you try to find an inner peace. Like, I think for every passing, like passing of my mother, passing of my father, it's changed me. I've evolved into a better, different person. So just maybe you can just elaborate on what it's like to beat those odds and be here, and how appreciative you are of that.
Well, I can tell you that as I greeted people for the Easter weekend, and we celebrate the resurrection of Christ, I said, Christ has risen and so have I. It's about, new beginnings and second chances and things of that nature. And having gone what I've gone through, I feel it even a stronger connection to that feeling, to that inner feeling, to that mental space, to that place. As you say, it changes you, and it causes you to look at things from a different perspective. And I know, because of the amount of people that I lost personally, what a miracle it is that I sit here today, and I'll never be the same. I'm forever changed by it. It even takes you even deeper into that place that makes you, reminisce or just go back and think about the people that you did lose, whether they were directly connected to you or even friends of friends, or hearing about people that you might not have ever met, but to know that this particular pandemic affected so many people. And it crossed all the lines, color lines, gender lines, age lines. It didn't care. It doesn't care. So, and you never know until it affects everybody differently. So you don't know how it would affect you until you pray you don't get it, but you did. I pray that you get it. It took 2 years, and here we come at the place where we think we're coming out and seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel. And I was put down.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? Well, I just got back into my promotional bag, and I did a brunch party this weekend at Row House.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, and it's the third one. It's the third Saturday every month. And the one thing, it seemed like the variants started coming back a little bit, and Malika and I and some people were like, "Oh Lord, like, how are we going to do this?"
How
But
do you remain safe and do this?
But I the one thing I can say is that once you were there, there was no safety. No, I mean, a few people, you had a couple of people wearing masks, but I don't know who was vaccinated and who not. We didn't ask, we didn't think. We just hope that everybody was responsible in what they did. But right now, and so far, we haven't heard anybody got sick, and everybody is good, and everybody's rocking. And it was just a celebration of being back. And it was such a mature, like our clientele. It was such a good feeling. And shout out to everybody that came out and supported me in assorted flavors. So we did a damn thing. But it's so funny that was what you were saying. It made me say that. I don't even think we've spoken. First, shout out to everybody that's saying hi to you. Richard Williams, he said Polo Grounds. He's saying what's up to you. Stefania's in the building. And Lisa Ray is in the building. She says hello. Vera Foster Collins says what's up. Dana Richardson, Silk's daughter, Miss Weathers, Shawanda. Who else is in this building? Everybody. Jacob Ingram, he's one of our sponsors, Allie. He does taxes. So for those that need taxes, if anybody needs taxes, listen, shout out to Ingram Taxes. They do their thing. Let's see, Margaret's in the building. Pam. What's up, Roosevelt, my man? Rochelle's in the building. June is in the building. My man Carl Gordon said, he said, we should be able to correct and chastise each other when the topic isn't comfortable, when it's come to Black young men killing each other. Oh, we'll definitely talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. And that's, you had stepped away. I said that I'm going to bring this up Wednesday. The mayor talked about the bombing on the train in New York. So in lieu of that, there were 12 people that got shot that day. So he comes out and he's talking about where was Black Lives Matter. And I said I didn't like that. I felt like he was taking a shot at them because a lot of us don't call out other nationalities and cultures and like I don't see anybody calling out the KKK when it comes to racism or the white supremacist people, you know, when they do white on white crimes and things like that. So I said I was going to jump on that topic on Wednesday. So I think maybe that's what my man Carl is talking about. You know what's so funny? Shout out to Donnie Roth in the building. Allie, you know what's so funny? This is a topic I really don't want to get into too deep. What's up, cuz? I see you, Kendra. I see Laura Gall is saying hello. Cheryl White's in the building. Ron is in the building. What's up, June? I see you, Iman. Okay, definitely, Jacob. I'll see you at the next one. Audrey, hey, Bill, coming to the next one. Definitely. Bridget, what's going on? Allie, I don't know if you and I spoke about what happened at the Oscars.
No, because it happened after, I believe, our third Monday.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? We're not going to give them too much energy on that. But I don't know if you know Will. I don't know if you know Chris. But give me your take on that. From being, I mean, that the most elaborate, one of the most elaborate, fabulous evenings in the world, and this happens. What's your take on that?
Well, I have met Chris Rock before. I know Will from back in the Def Jam J and so on and so forth. And I just don't know what was going through his mind at that time, because it certainly was, there were a plethora of ways to have handled it. He chose what he chose. The unfortunate thing is that it stole so much energy and took away from so many other moments that should have been in the limelight.
Absolutely.
The artists, all of the artists that won prior to the incident, everyone who came after, the fact that this was the first time that there was a whole Black production crew in place to put the Oscars together was something, even a behind the scenes thing. Certainly people knew and would have known even more, coming forth. But the fact that had to happen, and it was us doing us that way. From I mean, I was looking at from the beginning. I was like, look at who's hosting. Look at the lineup of hosts. And when was the last time the Oscars had a DJ Khaled just come on as a hype man? You know, when did we see that? DJ Nice was presenting the music soundtrack, along with the live band, which was predominantly a Black band, Black and brown band. And then if you went under the stage and saw the orchestra was being conducted by and arranged by two Black maestros, and just a diverse group of people in the orchestra. I look at things like, people will say, oh, I don't watch these shows anymore, and I don't watch award shows, I don't do this. I look at things from a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
And the first perspective is, one day I'm going to be there. So I got to look at what they do. Because I always envision myself, when the time comes, that I will, be present in the number as well. So I'm looking at the production value. I'm looking at I'm looking how we're represented, even in the audience, past the front row in the pit. And then that second tier, just in the audience, just to see so many of us that the camera caught. And these are faces, Black faces, brown faces, that we had not seen for a while, present at the Oscars.
Very much so.
What I'm saying? Even in attendance, not nominated for anything, just in attendance. Got my ticket, on the list. So it was really, for me, something that I was glad to be able to sit on a Sunday evening and watch. When I saw that happen, my heart just dropped.
Yeah.
My heart dropped because I was like, what? I'm very seldom left without words. So for me to be left without, oh.
I know you was like, yo.
And there's nothing in my heart that ever felt like it was a stunt or that it was, a gag. I saw it, and I know what I saw, something very un-Alley Cat like happened. I immediately picked up my phone and said, "Hey, hold up! Did Will Smith just walk up on the stage and cold cock?"
Yeah, I know, and because
cold cock. That's what
I think I commented on your post when you wrote that.
Right.
Exactly.
And I'm the last person who's going for social media. I don't have to be the first one to give the news. I'm not hear ye. I'm not the town crier. I'm not none of that.
Right.
I'm just, but I felt compelled because I had to say something to somebody. I was here by myself. I couldn't talk to nobody.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? I take so many different things like you. It was just the one time when you have an African American in a position to orchestrate things from behind the scenes. That because a lot of times people don't understand that production, producer, and director title is sometimes more powerful than that actor. The actor is the face. You know what I'm saying? But behind the scenes is really what
there would be nothing in front of the scene if it weren't for the producers, directors, tech crew, so on and so forth. It's just we'd be in the dark with no sound.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There'd be no set. There'd be nobody to push it around. There'd be nobody to say, "Hey, you're next. Come on out of your dressing room. Get to the green room." There'd be, get out of that seat. We're gonna 5, 4, 3, and we're back. There's many a job, and and then the fact that what he was nominated for, which was an Oscar for Best Actor, portraying this incredible family, the Williams family. When he did that, he took all of them up on stage and slapped Chris with all of them hands. Happened.
And you know what's so funny, and I took it from a point of what the trickle down effect will be for the youth, and because a lot of times some people may think for the BET Awards or the Source Awards, it may I'm not gonna say got ghetto, but maybe it got a little dumbed down a little bit, and the music awards and stuff like that. Now, I felt like when you got the little young golden child, Will Smith, acting out like that, you've just set the tone for anybody that wants to get up on the stage and slap somebody because they don't like a joke, they don't like who won the award,
or just who you have no reason to approach the stage if your name hasn't been called and you're not supposed to be up there. And that's for what's the boy's name? Who went up there when I think it was Britney Spears
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye shouldn't have been up there. I didn't have a whole bunch for the time when Suge Knight made his comment and then it was a beef and all of that. That's not the place for it. It's not the forum. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be who we are and have strong opinions and what have you, but you got to choose your battles. And I just, I can remember when rap music was first nominated for a Grammy. Rap music, they went all in. They said, we are going to be seen. You are going to have us on the live production, live presentation. We want to be on TV. So because this is a milestone, and it is, and that should be honored. Because a lot of people, for a lot of different reasons, that don't get their flowers presented to them in an open forum. They get them in private ceremonies and so on and so forth. So for us to be able to step out on the stage and receive our accolade, wow, what a way. That's my take on it. I don't know what it was. I think Denzel made a very, very poignant testimony when he said to Will, be careful. It is when you are at your highest that the devil will come to take you down. And to me, that was a perfect example of it. Because I think had he just given it 3 more beats, he would have done something different.
You know what's so funny, and like for those, shout out to everybody that's chiming in. This is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host Bill Forster with my co-host Alyson Williams. And like Richard Williams said, he said that Negro thought he was in the lobby of the projects and somebody stepped on his icy white uptowns. Exactly. Tanisha Lear said it was disappointing. Stefani said it definitely overshadowed everything. Laura, she said totally crazy scene. Cheryl White, I'm in total agreement. You know what's so funny? When I took away that message, because I don't know Will Smith. I've met Chris before, and I know Jazz, but I was definitely a fan of Will because I thought he was behind Denzel, like he was the next up and coming. You know what I'm saying? If Denzel's the king, Will's the prince, and Samuel L. Jackson is the bishop. You know what I'm saying? Like
all standing on the shoulders
of Sidney
Poitier and Bill Robinson and all those other people who couldn't, Butterfly McQueen, who got an Oscar but had to sit in the back of the room once she received it, go back to that seat. We can't find her trophy now. It's all of these things that we have to look at and say 2 steps forward, 89 steps back.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel. I am and not to take anything away from the feelings that Jada might have been having, because they might have thought that joke was targeting her. But you know, I hope that she'll be able to come through her emotions dealing with alopecia. But I never got any, no matter how many times I looked at the playback, I never got anything other than him making a joke about G.I. Jane, the movie, and how she could play the next one because she got her hair short. Because I've seen her with all kinds of hair, buzz short, long, full. I've seen ponytail. I've seen her in everything. So to me, I thought he was prophesying into her life.
And
I thought he was throwing a shot out there because she could be the sequel, G.I. Jane, and it would be a woman, and would be black, and it would, you know, and that's what I thought.
And you know what's fun, Allie? You know what's so funny? What I wish she would have taken from that is, even if she felt he took a jab at her, right? Which I didn't feel he did, but I felt, why didn't she take the spin? Because if anybody saw the whole G.I. Jane movie with Demi Moore, it was about a woman that persevered and overcame obstacles with men and in the military.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
So Allie,
so it's not a bad thing if you get cast as G.I. Jane.
So she could have sat there in the audience and said, "Yeah, you're right. I'm that BITCH. What? You're right. You know what I'm saying?"
She could have just rubbed that head, because I got where it was coming from, or where I thought it was coming from, or where Chris might have, you know. Right. Shout out to Chris Rock, who handled himself in the most professional way. Shout out to P. Diddy, who came and brought it back and tried to, you know, implement some order in the court, you know, and without making it seem like he was overly trying to sugarcoat it, because he wasn't. He saw it too.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna hit everybody in the audience with some real shit from my point. Not that Denzel said this about her, but maybe the devil at your highest could have been her. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know, anybody that's been in a relationship, man or woman, no matter whom you're talking to, a woman will defend her man. Because shame on a woman if she lets her husband argue, or a man argue with another woman, when she be like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, Malika is such a peacemaker. But if you talk about her mother or me, let me tell you something. The real Philly gonna come out. You're gonna get that Philly. You know what I'm trying to say? And vice versa. If you disrespect my wife, I mean, everybody knows, like Allie, we hung out. Like that's not what we do. You know, you intervene, you dissect, like Rich said. He says, I know
you de-escalate.
And the fact of it is, how do you put the battery in Will's back? And you know, I have a problem with it. And like I said, I have a problem with it because I felt Will knew he could do that to Chris. Krill, you don't look at Chris and be like, like I'm scared. I always say the joke. I said, if that was 50 Cent or somebody, he wouldn't have went up on that stage and did that. You know what I'm saying? Will could have said, I see you. I don't appreciate that, but I see you after the show, family. You know what I'm saying? But then after he slaps Chris and goes back to the seats and spews out that the verbiage, you see Jada laughing. So now it's funny to you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So that's why I said Denzel could have been saying, "Yo, the devil at your highest." Yo,
could be sitting next to you.
Your wife should have never. Yo, my husband just is on top of the world. Now, like Fat Joe says, the price goes up now. You just want an Oscar. Your numbers change. Allie, you know that.
Your platform changes.
Yo, a hit song, your numbers change. You know what I'm saying?
When you take home a Grammy or an American Music Award, a BET Award, Essence Award, NAACP Award, Source Award, Moon Man, all of those, the next day your phone rings differently.
Tony,
your marquee value goes up. You have upped the ante, and that's just the nature of it. And why, it's always when people always say, "Oh, I don't do it for the awards and the accolades." The hell you don't. Because if we don't see you, if the general public doesn't see you win or doesn't see you have the opportunity to be awarded for your excellence, then they don't know how to embrace you. And that embrace is what gives you the platform to stand on. Then you have to figure out, what am I going to use my platform for?
Absolutely.
Once they put me up here on the pedestal, who am I going to be? What am I going to represent? But that's how it runs. You do what you do so that you can be lauded as in your moment of excellence, whether you're a great writer or choreographer or an actor or a dancer or a rapper or whatever it is that you've done. And then the demand for your visual, your presence, your please come and wave at my people, sign a book, walk through, sit on the back of the car, whatever it is, all of those things become how you are now, how the gravitation,
Exactly.
I'm the artist. I got an agent. I got a manager. There's a promoter. There's a venue. There's all these people that are going to land a dime and make a coin because because the world has now said, or the organization has said, or a group of your peers has said, you're the best. Here's the trophy.
Listen, nobody runs a race or does anything to come in first place and watch somebody give a trophy to the last place, motherfucker. No.
I'm just saying, I don't do it for the trophies. Well, I get what that means in concept.
Yeah. You're doing it for the paycheck or something. Listen, the beautiful thing about you and people, especially in the limelight like that, you are able to take a talent and make it your career. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is still like, the Alley, that like to look at that phone and see if it's going to ring or not. And like I said, just to win the award, once you win that award, listen, your phone, like you said, Alley, your phone ring different even when you nominated. When you sit know that.
Because let me tell you something, nominated is something you carry with you all for the rest of your life. You'll be known as Grammy nominated singer Alyson Williams. That comes before your name all the time.
Absolutely.
And it's different. And if it weren't different, if you hadn't achieved that level, then nobody would be working towards it. No, nobody will be trying to find the good work and the good part or the good piece or the good music. That they wouldn't be trying to find the best that they could find to turn it into gold. They would, because it wouldn't matter. But it does matter.
Exactly, because if a person wasn't doing it for the
money.
money.
Before your name, Grammy Award winning, Oscar Award winning, Oscar nominated. It's a different class, a different category. It's like, nobody wants to get left back.
Listen, it's done in every status of work that you do. When I became a detective, call me detective. Don't call me officer.
Absolutely.
My title changed. Absolutely. I didn't do them 18 months.
Yes. It becomes Olympic athlete. It becomes a Hall of Fame so-and-so. Yeah. It becomes NBA such and such. You know what I'm saying? All of these things attached to you. And like I said, it is what helps to form your platform. Once you are placed on that platform, it is then up to you what you present from that platform.
Absolutely. everybody, shout out to Alyson Williams. This is Real Talk with Alyson Williams. I'm the host, Bill Forster, with my co-host, Alyson Williams. Like Cheryl said, no real woman would let her husband jeopardize his career like that. All I would have taken from Jada was her grabbing his arm.
Thank you.
Or giving him the look. Exactly. Just like the look she gave him to go up there.
If she could have got up out of all that dress, all that train, I would hope that if she had to put her arms around him and say, come on,
Exactly.
I would have taken that.
Like Shawana said, the devil is not Chris, the devil is Jada and all her toxicity getting to him. Exactly.
Well, I know what, and as loud and clear as we heard him spew the profanity, I'm sure we would have heard her. He would have heard her clearly go, "No, Will."
First and foremost, Allie, you know what would have happened? Listen, Malika and I could be someplace. I'm not going to the bathroom without her saying, "Where you going?" If I didn't announce it to her first.
And you know the sound of your wife's voice. Valerie used to tell me this all the time. Valerie said we could be in the cat lounge upstairs where it's crowded and close, and there's just a murmur of sound, just people talking, laughing, drinking, eating. And she could say, Nick. And he knew the sound of her voice and would find where it came from every time. She said, I never have to yell. He knows the sound of my voice. He knows the tone of my voice. And he would find me every time.
Like a pet with their owner and everything. Let me tell you.
If Malika says, Bill, every time.
Listen, Malika was talking to me, and if she was up here, I would tell her to come and say it. She said to me today and yesterday, she says, you know what I love so much about us and you being my protector. She says, no matter where we are in a venue or a spot, she says, I could be talking to guys, girls, you could be talking to girls, guys. She says, you will look. And when I turn around and look, I know that you're watching to make sure I am all right, and vice versa, because that's what so it's just in referencing to what you're saying. You protect what you love, and protecting sometimes does not mean physically. All Jada could have said is, yo, baby, don't go up there and do that. The world is yours right now. The world is really, and that's what's so disheartening to me.
She could have grabbed his hand.
And Richard said, why wasn't she sitting with him? She was sitting with him, to my knowledge. Rich, I mean,
right next to him.
Yeah, on the table. Tanisha said, she allowed him to come out of character. That's no good, Uncle Bill. Absolutely. Everybody, and like I said, just shout out. I see you, Mark Rose is in the building. Thank you, Mark, for coming out, hanging out with me. He says, peace to both of you. What else? Everybody just shouting. Rich said, I know Chris has security, but you know what's so funny, Rich? So I think, in lieu of him having security, because I'm sure everybody has security, but in that kind of setting, I'm sure security really wasn't like popping like that.
It all happened so fast. Whatever Jada could have done, however many moments Will could have said, maybe not. And when I know for a fact, because I remember in the playback, nobody remembers this because they all remember the slap. Chris said, here comes Will. He said something, but he never saw what came coming. He thought I actually thought they were going to embrace. Or he was going to do like one of the little fake little punches that you do when you
exactly
in their stomach, like real fast. That was funny, nigga, kind of thing, without saying that.
Absolutely.
So Chris never saw it coming, so he didn't see it coming. His security didn't see it coming, or security for the Oscars. Or
absolutely.
The stage manager, whoever was manning that stage, we just didn't see it coming. We could have never imagined in 1,000 years, in 1,000,000 years, that was getting ready to happen.
Absolutely.
We could not foresee that, and especially now at the Oscars.
No, and that's why I say
a little bit more on reserve for any other affair, but certainly not there.
Yeah, so sad. Shout out to everybody chiming in. Terry Miller's in the building. My man Carl Gordon is in the building. Rochelle said, my mom has always said class and style must be instilled at any level. Exactly. I mean, and then after that, you want to tweet about, this is what happens when Baltimore and Philly get together. Oh, really? This is what we doing now? And then your little son wants to swell up on thing, talk about, This is what
This
we
is
do.
how we do it.
You ain't doing it, little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, everybody. They just get me hot because listen, yo, you supposed to evolve. It's nothing wrong with saying where we come from. Yeah, I come from Harlem. Allie come from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Polo ground. The bottom line is right now, yeah, that's cute when you get on our nerves, but I ain't told to show out and still like, listen, it's called evolution.
You know what I got to when I looked at the tweet from Jaden? It's Jaden, right? The son.
Jaden, yeah.
Something else in my head clicked, and I said he might be. First of all, both the kids had to be devastated by what happened because it like you said, the trickle down effect is everybody in the family. But I also said to myself, because I don't know what goes on behind the closed doors of the Smith residence, there may be some situations where those kids or that particular young man has seen his father react like that. And in response to what he saw, his response was not saying, this is how we do it because, he was flexing, but yeah, there he goes again. That's how we do it. Not even realizing that everybody else we don't know what goes on in the closed doors, but he might have seen that and been deflecting or been disappointed in it because it's like, that's how he handles everything. Y'all don't even know what goes over here. That's what went over in my mind as well. That he might have said, this is how we do it. This is the Smith. Now y'all know.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny?
That's what I got at first. But then I also know there was a chance that he was, siding with, that behavior.
Exactly. Shout out to everybody that's chiming in. This is Real Talk Chronicles. That's Alyson Williams. I'm Bill Forster. This show is sponsored by Melville Wilson Restaurant and Leon Ellis Chocolat Restaurant and Harlem Underground. Also by Ingram Taxes. If you need your taxes, Ingram Taxes will do them. Nobody's so big or just small. Terry said, you do not go around slapping people, period. Sometimes we forget the zip code you're originated from. Sharon Klesko says, exactly. We have to grow. Tanisha Lear said it was disrespectful, period, Uncle Bill. Terry Miller also says, well, Will sits in the closest in the closet until Jada unlocks it. Exactly. Shout out to Tony. And it just was so sad. I'm gonna just say there was a beginning where his man, everybody know Charlie Mack is Will's like right hand man, right? His right hand and left hand man. So Charlie Mack is showing something, Will's suit and dress before. Now, there was a time at the end of it when Charlie Mack touched Will, and Will moved back and said, "Don't touch me." So Charlie looked at him, and then Will said, "You know what it is." So when I was talking to Malika and some other guys from Philly about that, they told me when they all heard that, they knew something, the energy was different with Will that night, because that's like somebody from New York or Harlem or a borough saying, "Get the F off me. What you touching me for?" So they said when Will said, "You know what it is," that was Philly's version of saying like, or New York's version of saying like, "Yo, get the F off me," or wherever another city, state, how they swell up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I listen to Malika and this other person, my man, talk, and other Philly people have talked about it, they said they knew something was wrong because they all say, "Yo, that's like a warning, like to say, yo, I'm gonna F you up, like get off." So we can already see how the projection of the energy was different before that night. And we don't know what's going on in their relationships and how it's manifested and what they got going on and things of that magnitude. But the one thing I do know, and I hold Jada responsible, is that if this is your king, you don't let him ass out like that. You don't let him ass out like that. Now, I would have respected the game if you feeling so much like that. I would have respected hearing in the after the Oscars, yo, Will slap Chris, or they wrestled because, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom or something, because it's after. But now think about this. This might destroy his career, because if you if you co-sign him now or you try to get him for a gig as a white man or any artist or producer or director, you don't know if he's volatile. Is he? If you say, "Yo, Will, do it over again," you gonna come and slap me? Like I don't know what your mental is right now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a crazy thing, Allie. Terry said, "Protect your man." Jada had every opportunity to stop it at all. Absolutely. Tanisha said, basically saying "F you." Terry said, "Women get our men killed with the stupid behavior. Wars have been started behind stupid women behavior." Absolutely. Angel Ray also said, "Comedians keep getting silenced for doing their craft. Everyone didn't know how Jada had alopecia. She should have shook it off and certainly stopped her husband from husband at the biggest night of his career. No bueno." Absolutely. What's up, Eddie Vieira? Eddie Vieira said, "Hey, Allie, what's up?" Eddie is in the building. Terry said, "Melba short ribs." Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. Alyson and I are going to be getting out of here in a few minutes. Allie, give some people some positive affirmation, some love. I know you're going to be you're going away this weekend. I was supposed to be up there with you guys. But Malika and her mother, we have some family stuff we have to take care of.
I know, and I totally understand.
Yeah, so definitely we will be up there. Rich, just reading some more. Richard said the move hurt the whole family professionally. Absolutely, Rich. Eddie Vieira said, "I instantly felt like Will slapped all minorities in the face." He did, Eddie. And on national TV, the representation of his actions set us all back in front of white America. That hurts. Absolutely. It was disgusting. I was so upset by that. We try so hard to be better people and wanted to be respected and looked at for our minds and our skin tone. And then you go out there and first thing you say, you go out and do some real igga shit. You know what I'm saying? Some real end shit. So, Allie, I know you got some stuff you got to take care of. Give us some love and some affirmation. Tell us where they can hear you at. Where can we see you? I got to find out when I'm going to hit you off a sidebar and find out when I'm going to see you again. You know what I'm saying? So we got to move.
Oh, well, the birthday is coming. So I'm going to be moving around New York City. The birthday is May 11th. I haven't set any plan yet, but, I'll keep you posted and I'll keep our listeners posted and our viewers. I like I said, I will be in Albany, New York for the Soul Jazz Live Weekend Getaway Music Festival and Weekend Getaway, sponsored by I Love My Artist Foundation. If you need to know about it and how to be on that party bus leaving from the Sugar Bar, then we need you to go to www.souljazzlive.com and get your tickets, get your room, get your package. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be my first live performance, and since the lights went out and came back on, and
I like the way you say that. That was so funny. You had me laughing when you told Ralph McDaniels. I laughed when you told Ralph McDaniels when we was all celebrating Angel Ray's book signing,
her birthday,
her birthday and her tribute thing. And Ralph, you said Happy New Year, everybody. And Ralph was like, Alyson, it's like the mid-month or whatever. You said, yo, Ralph, it's Happy New Year anytime when you come out of coma.
Right. I'm gonna be saying Happy New Year till next Happy New Year.
Yeah, you Happy New Year.
You see me be like Happy New Year.
You Happy New Year, motherfucker to death, yo. It's gonna be.
Seriously, I was breathing 3 months ago on my own.
Yo, word, shout out to Ralph.
They said I was in a comma. I like to call it a comma because a comma is a pause.
Word. Don't question my Happy New Year game. My New Year game.
Listen.
Everybody give Alyson some hearts, me. That's right, Taurus season. And it's a beautiful thing, like
that's
you said.
That's right, Taurus season. Y'all can start wishing happy birthday now, and we'll take it all the way to December. I am celebrating life. Celebrating life and celebrating all things positive. And even though we go through different things, whether we're directly connected with them or not, whether they are through the eyes or the life of our quote unquote celebrities and icons, or whether it's right in our own household, we can overcome these things. We can make it better. Yeah, we can get through. And God is the one who pardons all. So we just have to put it in God's hands and hope that we can all be better as we go forward. I'm always wishing love and life and light, peace and blessings, miracles and music, and above all, joy.
Absolutely. Allie, call me later on tonight. I'm I'm gonna close out with some sponsorships and stuff like that. I'm gonna say good night to everybody.
Happy
I know you
birthday,
gotta do your
Melba!
Yeah, happy birthday, Melba. Shout out to Melba Wilson. Exactly.
And
She's one of the
congratulations
sponsors.
on you starting up your new Saturday brunch.
Yeah.
Every
Hopefully
third
we're
Saturday.
gonna work that number. And everybody, for those that don't know, like I said, Alyson was one of the first people that helped me deal with my mother's transition. And the beautiful thing about it is her and my mother born on the same day. I love it. I love it. Exactly.
I'm trying to do something special for my mother this year. She would have been 100 years old.
Wow.
So I'm trying to figure on June 8th what to do.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna have to make sure
and
we
your
share
mother
that
and me have, and your mother and I share May 11th.
Yep, exactly. And that's very close to Malika and our anniversary, June 9th. You said June 8th. So you see how everybody, the numbers, you know what? We're gonna have to get Lloyd Strayhorn on here, Alyson.
We gotta get him. He's gonna give us our number.
We're gonna work these numbers out. So everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. Oh, Terry, you're May 8th? All right. Yeah, as far as it. Yeah. Oh, ooh, all these Taurians in the building. Come on now. That's up. Yeah, I see you, Lindsay Nicholson. What's happening? He said, happy birthday, Alyson. They're giving it up to you already. Stefania said, we love you, Alyson. Richard is giving you your hearts. Everybody, give us some more hearts while she get out of here. She'll come back and talk to you. Everybody, good night. This is Real Talk Chronicles. It's hosted by Ingram Taxes, Deli Arts Magazine. It's on Amazon. Reggie Wells Speakers, Soft Illusions Art Gallery, Melba Wilson's Soul Food, Leon Ellis Chocolat Restaurant, Harlem Underground, go online. And also now it's the brunch party, assorted flavors, and your boy Bill four-star generals in the building, baby. The third Saturday of every month. See you. We out of here. Peace. Oh, wow. Hey, Malika, you want to come say hi to Allie before we get out of here?
I wasn't sure she was still there.
Yeah, she's still here.
Hey,
Lika.
how are you?